My microphone keeps on doing me in for some reason. I don't know why, but big up to everybody in the car. Every single time I turn off my computer, my mic turns back to default. And I have an idea what it is. But first and foremost, my microphone keeps on doing me in for some reason. Big up to Manchester Mania. I don't know why, but hope you're doing well. Hope your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by each time. I know in the cut as well. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by each every time. And yes, just mentioning the first game of the day, Manchester United. Well, not Manchester United. Arsenal versus Everton. And Arsenal lost their second game of the season. That's an absolute mazzoline. Manchester Mania saying I'm happy for Everton, but more happy that Arsenal lost, man. Big ups to Manchester Mania each and every time, man. It's been too long. It's been too long. But I'm telling you, people, let me know what you're thinking of the game so far. A couple interesting ones as I slap on my glasses to look at a bit more official. But the glaring news for Manchester United today, and you know, some people, they may not be surprised by it. Unfortunately, once again, Anthony Martial has picked up an injury. Eric Ten Hag, and I'm going to go over to my little desktop, my brand spanking new desktop little section over there. So, boom. Unfortunately, Anthony Martial, Ten Hag said he had a setback from the game when he returned. And I'm pretty sure they put in something else too, if I'm not mistaken, a longer quote. We're just seeing some pictures and stuff like that. Yeah, he had a setback from the game. When he returned, he thought he could build up, but he dropped a little bit back. So we have to wait. We have to be patient. So yeah, unfortunately, Anthony Martial has an injury again. We're going to have to deal with that. And it is what it is in the end of the day. But I can show you guys the Manchester United lineup right here, right now. A little grand spanking new settings we're working with. So David De Gea in goal. At right back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane at centre back. We've got Luke Shaw left back in the midfield, Casemiro, Fred and Bruno Fernandes. And then up top, Anthony, Marcus Rashford and Wout Weghorst, of course. So let me know what you think of that lineup, how you're feeling and all of that stuff there. It's an interesting one, strong lineup as usual. We're going in to win this game and we have to capitalize because, you know, points have been dropped at the top. So you never know. You never know in the end of the day. And we're in the top 4 as it stands, 4th place. And we've got to continue winning at home. Keep this good run of form going in the end of the day. You know what? Let me change over this lineup as well for a second. Let me change it over real quick. Palace home. So we can have a look at this as well just at the same time. Crystal Palace's lineup. Guaita in goal, Nathaniel Klein right back, Chris Richards, who had a really good game in the reverse fixture against us. Mark Gay, left back, Tariq Mitchell. Midfield of Decore, Will Hughes, Jeffrey Schlupp. And then attacking wise, they've got Mako Elise, who scored that banging free kick. Nice, you know, in the final minutes of the game to equalise for Crystal Palace against Man United. Andre Ayew and Odson Edouard. Bench looking at John Stone, Whitworth, Tompkins, Milivojevic, Riesvold, Ahamada. I hope I'm trying to say it right. I could have butchered that one, but that's a new signing of theirs. Also, Sambi Lokonga on loan from Arsenal. Eze on the bench and Mateta as well. Wilfried Zaha is injured for this game also, so something to take note of. He just had he got an injury not long ago, so he is out for a little bit. And it is quite a setback for Crystal Palace because when you look at them, he is their talisman and they have struggled without him in the Premier League as of late. So we'll have to see what's going on. And Crystal Palace as a whole really not in wonderful form themselves in the Premier League, especially since the new year. They're winless in all 11 league matches against teams in the top half of the table, which is one stat within itself. And they've lost 21 of their last 29 fixtures without Wilfried Zaha. Shout out to Super Nick in the car. If you're doing well, your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by each and every time. Yep. Any score predictions in the chat? Indeed, Super Nick. Got a good point there, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to drop your score predictions if you have any. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start a poll real quick. And as usual... actually, I'm going to put in a different one, you know. Soon we sell Martial at the end of the season. Yes. And I'm going to have this poll going throughout the whole live stream. So blessings to everybody who's dropped a like so far as well. Be sure to subscribe, share to your friends and frenemies. Get everybody coming over to the watch-alongs and enjoying their time here, man. So big ups to everybody once again. The game will be starting in not long from now, a couple minutes of time. So hopefully you're ready. Be sure to get some popcorn on the way. Get ready to enjoy the time, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully it's going to be a good game leading to Manchester United getting full points and taking advantage of the results that have happened early in the game. But let me know how you're feeling first and foremost about the game. How you're feeling about Manchester United right now as well. Yeah, man, that early game, interesting. Interesting to say the least. And what a result for Sean Dyche in his first game as Everton manager. And Tarkowski scoring. Quite poetic if you ask me. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for the game. Of course, you know, just looking at our recent form, there have been a few dips here and there in the Premier League. When you speak about the Palace draw, the Arsenal result, which was unlucky, where we had, taken a lead in both games and then ended up dropping points in the end, drawing against Palace, losing against Arsenal. And we have leads back-to-back after this as well, which is interesting, on Wednesday and next Sunday. So it's going to be a packed week before we have to play Barcelona themselves. We got through to the Carabao Cup final after winning that Nottingham Forest second leg 2-0. So that's a bit of positive momentum building at home. We won against Reading in the FA Cup. So now it's all about getting back to Premier League action and finding that form once again. We're in terrific form at home, and we just need to keep that going. And yeah, double game week settings if you're an FPL fan. Let's see what happens, ladies and gents. Let's see what happens. They're just in the middle having, honoring, of course, everybody who passed away from the Munich air disaster, 65th year anniversary. So we're going to have a moment of silence. All right. Indeed, Super Nick saying the Busby Babes. The game is almost among us, ladies and gents. Old Trafford are ready. The players are ready. David De Gea just checking his goal as they are walking away with the Reefs now. Crystal Palace will be kicking off from right to left. Andre Mariner, the referee for today, just surveying, checking his watch. And the game has begun, ladies and gentlemen. Manchester United versus Crystal Palace at Old Trafford. Let's go. Match officials for today, of course, referee being Andre Mariner, assistant referees Simon Long and Scott Ledger, VAR assistant referees Tony Harrington and Harry Leonard. Fourth official is Josh Smith. Both teams separated by 15 points and 8 league positions as we speak. It's Jeffrey Schlupp for Crystal Palace. Of course, the reverse fixture finished 1-1. Bruno Fernandes opened the scoring just before half-time in that game. And then before the end of the game, Michael Elise with a superbly struck free kick to dampen the mood of the away fans from Manchester. Let's see if the same will repeat itself today, ladies and gents. Free kick early on for Crystal Palace. Elise standing over it this time on the left side of the pitch. A very good position. Anthony with a one-man wall. Everybody just on the edge of the area. Run over by Mitchell. Ball in by Elise. Cleared by Casemiro. Out for a corner kick to Crystal Palace early on in the game. Super Nick saying, I love Martial and what he can offer, but his health is not being prioritized. I feel like we don't have the full story. Well, at this point, there has to be something going on, you know, Super Nick. There has to be something, because we look at it, when we look at the whole situation, and it's just like every single time it's one step forward and not even 2 steps back, 5 steps back. There's always a setback, and it is frustrating because we know the player he can be, but unfortunately, in this business, availability is the best attribute you can have. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not available, what's the point? Or because you don't have the opportunity to showcase those skills. And that's just the harsh reality of things. Here's Anthony. A little flick around the corner, but it was going nowhere, really. Nobody anywhere near him. Is Doucouré. Jordan Ayew, his brother Andre Ayew, going to Nottingham Forest on deadline day. A free transfer, or a little after deadline day actually, because he was a free agent. He came in the day after, I believe February the 1st. Rumours that he could have went to Crystal Palace as well. But next season will be very competitive, and we have to start being serious about how he's managed. But we can't carry any passengers to be winners, saying Super Nick. Here's Anthony. Over to Bruno Fernandes. Martinez. Now Luke Shaw, United just making their way forward on the left wing. Great ball by Marcus Rashford. Luke Shaw tried to play it across the box. It was blocked. Rashford picks it up, tries to cross it in as well. It was blocked, and he's asking for a handball. Bruno and Weghorst asking for it too. It was blocked by Will Hughes. Andre Mariner is trying to explain to the players why it may not be a penalty. We're looking at it again here. Rashford, left foot, first time in. And Will Hughes' hand was up. His hand was high. That should be a penalty, ladies and gents. In my opinion, let me know if I'm wrong, but Will Hughes' hand is all the way up here. Now, they're looking at it on VAR, and his hand is up here. So they're checking it now. I have a feeling they're going to give a penalty here. Because it's not in a natural position. And, you know, I know a lot of people say that may be unfair, but... Oh, he's looking at the monitor. Andre Mariner's going to look at the monitor, which isn't a good sign for Crystal Palace. Whenever you do see a referee seem to go and look at the monitor, that maybe because they've been told you may want to change a decision. Yes, Super Nick, VAR. He's looking at it now. It's clearly hand above the head, away from his body. Marinas blows the whistle. VAR sign, penalty, Manchester United. Five and a half minutes in, and United will have an opportunity to take the lead from the penalty spot. And Bruno Fernandes is the one holding the ball. The one with the responsibility of dispatching, as he has had so many times in his Manchester United career. The captain for Manchester United takes a few steps back. Andre Mariner just making sure everybody is behind the line. The whistle is blown. Bruno Fernandes with his typical run-up. 1-0 United. Bruno Fernandes gives the Red Devils the lead at home. From the penalty spot, Manchester United 1, Crystal Palace 0. A costly Will Hughes handball. And Bruno Fernandes takes full advantage of it. 1-0 United. And shout out to Kang in the car. Hope you're doing well. Your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by each and every time. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend so far. Bruno Fernandes with the little hop step. Penalty, sending Guaita the wrong way and giving his team the lead. Shout out to Paxton. Hope you're doing well. Your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by each and every time. Saying, now we control the game. You take the lead early on. An ideal start at home. Now, like what Paxton says, it's about how we can control the game. Potentially wear out Crystal Palace, who will have to now go for that equalising goal and see what they can do. Richards playing it back to Guaita. And United are pressing up there. Guaita had to kick it out for a throw into Manchester United. And just looking at the voting poll early on, be sure to get your answers in on the poll. That'll be the one going throughout the whole game. We said, should we sell Martial at the end of the season? 67% of people saying yes. 33% saying no. 3 votes so far. 6 people watching. So be sure to get your votes in, ladies and gents. VAR actually used correctly was surprising. Yeah, Paxton. Yeah. I looked at that one and I was like, hey, that has to be. By the letter of the law, that has to be a penalty. And it was. Here's Guaita trying to kick it out again, but he didn't get a lot on that. Here's Anthony. Casemiro, first time to Wan-Bissaka. Ball in the box. It's a dangerous one. Headed away by Nathaniel Klein. And Tariq Mitchell able to just kick the ball off Wan-Bissaka and win his team a goal kick. May I say, after the goal was scored, we had some "We Want Glazers Out," by the way, notifications. Well, not notification. I just saw a chat. Glazers Out chants, as always. No notifications again. YouTube not YouTubing, which is not... Ah, man. You know what? And it happens a lot on YouTube where they just don't send out the notifications of videos being out or lives. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Even when you press the notification bell, it can be frustrating. They did bring out a new feature on YouTube today. Let me check, actually. Let me check what it's exact. I think it's called Go Live Together or something like that. That you can do on your mobile. And it's basically a new Instagram live where you can go live with another YouTuber and kind of do a little thing there. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. If you guys have seen it, let me know what you think. Potentially could do some content regarding that. I don't know. Who knows? Here's Fred starting in the midfield with Casemiro next to Casemiro. Sabitzer on the bench, the new signing available today for Manchester United, as was Jadon Sancho, who returned against Nottingham Forest. Here's Luke Shaw, Manchester United putting immense pressure under that Crystal Palace back line. Jordan Ayew just getting it cleared out for a throw-in for now. But Crystal Palace having to work hard. Already 1-0 down, of course. This could be a difficult night for them, as it already was. It's Rafael Varane in the week announced his retirement from international duty. A World Cup winner in 2018 with France. United chopping joy. You know what, Paxton? It has been a busy period. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have to speak to Realist regarding that still. It has been a busy old period. I can't even lie. But we'll have to talk, bro. We'll have to talk. And Realist seemed to return to Twitter. So he's back on the Twitter streets now. And it's about damn time. So welcome back to Realist on Twitter. Here's Fred. Just with a makeshift back three of Lissandro and Varane. Wan-Bissaka with a nice 1-2 with Anthony. Trying to do a little bit of quick footwork. Tariq Mitchell wasn't hearing any of it or seeing any of it. Here's Anthony, a little double foot flick. Foot via fling. Oh my goodness, Kang. So in the Premier League, shout out to Kang for the updates. Apparently, let's have a look at this right now. Liverpool are 2-0 down after 15 minutes against Wolves. A Joel Matip on goal and Craig Dawson. Here's Wan-Bissaka out for a Man United corner. I'm taking credit for Realist being back on Twitter saying Paxton. Aston Villa 1, Leicester 1 as well. Ollie Watkins giving Villa the lead before James Maddison equalised for Leicester City. Luke Shaw ball in the box. Weghorst! Great save by Guaita. Varane blocked in the area. Rashford shot. Blocked by Nathaniel Klein. Weghorst almost got his first Premier League goal for Manchester United. Here come the Red Devils again. Here's Casemiro now. Outside the boot, cleared away by Palace again. Here's Anthony. Clipped into the area. Guaita will get a hold of that one and relieve the pressure for the Eagles. I get a hectic schedule though. I'm low-key tired of football after watching in it back just a couple months ago. I hear you, Paxton. Bro, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. The amount of football we're seeing, and it ain't gonna stop no time soon, man. That's a Klopp insane Super Nick Klopp where I come to Real Madrid. Liverpool losing isn't surprising at all, saying Paxton. Yeah, I mean, sheesh. Liverpool are in a bad place right now. They had a visit in the week from King Kenny Dalglish. But that hasn't seemed to have the right effect thus far. We shall see though. Edouard giving it to Will Hughes. Tackled by Fred. Brilliant challenge. Oh no. Andre Mariner deeming it an illegal challenge on Will Hughes. Free kick Crystal Palace. Man, what a start for United. Now you can see the intensity and what they need to do in the game. Just not give Crystal Palace the time and space to get confident away from home. And we win back the ball there and demonstrate that pressure. Casemiro doing it that time. Here's Anthony. Wan-Bissaka overlapping, which is a part of his game that we've seen blossom as he came back into the team due to the Dalot injury, that inverted overlap, and sometimes then he will almost run on the outside and give Anthony the space and time to cut in as well. Is Marcus Rashford on the other side of the pitch. Let's see what's happening. Scores around the doors. Still the same scores around the doors. Also Brighton and Bournemouth playing Brentford and Southampton also. So something to pay attention to, ladies and gentlemen. Andre Marin having a light word with Jordan Ayew at the moment. Crystal Palace have themselves a free kick a little high up the pitch. David De Gea just sorting out his wall where he wants his players to be. They're going to be playing a high line for this one. Again on the left side. A little further back than the one they had at the start of the game. Elise standing over it once again. When you do play a high line like this and he plays it short, it's well played by Elise. Slop in the box and Bruno Fernandes able to get the block in it. But it was smart play by Crystal Palace. Just playing it quickly. Sharply at that. Hold up a second. I need to sing my time again. I need to sing my time again. My thing's just gone off for some reason. Boom. There we go. We here. Here's Elise. Off the throw in that time. Casemiro gets a foot in. Crystal Palace throw again. High up the pitch. Near the corner flag. Tariq Mitchell this time. Just getting ready to throw it towards Elise. And he does. Receives the ball back. Anthony just pressing. He gets it across into the box. Fred giving it to Casemiro, who plays it away. United get a little lucky, but can come away on the counter-attack now. Here's Luke Shaw. Marcus Rashford making a run. He may be offside. He gets it now. Fakes it. Gets challenged by Nathaniel Klein, and Jordan Ayew can come away with it and wins his team a free kick. You can see a couple times in that counter-attack there. Marcus Rashford was just running, checking back, looking for that ball from Luke Shaw. It eventually got to him. And on the fake shot, he just wasn't able to find that space. He did look offside, though. Just looking at the replay here. Tariq Mitchell, oh my. Casemiro's down, rolling around for a hot minute. Just giving away a light free kick there. On the other side of the pitch. Casemiro's down, kind of rolling around in agony. We look at the replay again. Anthony gave it to him and Mitchell just dived in. Dived in nowhere near the ball. Feet on the ground still. Casemiro getting back up to his feet. Didn't need any of that. I'm not gonna lie, we didn't need any of that. So I'm glad Casemiro's limping right now, but hopefully he can just catch a breather and get back to it, get back to the action. To expand on the Martial poll, he is good enough ability and form-wise, but you can't take the risk of him staying fit. If he is okay with being third choice striker, keep him. But I doubt he would want to do that. You know what, Paxton? You know, you make a good point there again. I don't think this is anything to do with the ability of Anthony Martial. It's just the availability, you know? I mean, this season alone, how many injuries has he had this season? I'm gonna try and have a look at that. I'm gonna try and look for it for this season alone, because there has to be quite a few if we look at it. I don't know if I can find it. Perhaps, maybe I can. Just give me a moment. Injury history, boom. So let's see. So 22-23. First injury of the season, hamstring. From July to August, 18 days off. And then Achilles irritation, August 23rd to September 26th. So he was out for 34 days. Missed 5 games. Back injury, October 10th to October 31st. He missed 6 games. And then an unknown injury now, January 14th. That was till January the 30th, where he missed 5 games. And now another injury to add on to that. It's just unfortunate. Unfortunate all round. Here's Fred. Bruno Fernandes trying to get the ball into the area. Rashford got a touch on it. Bruno Fernandes has it once again. Crystal Palace can come away with the ball. Elise. Dangerous player. Tariq Mitchell almost got himself into trouble, and he may have done. Crystal Palace themselves, Weghorst just can't touch it beyond Mark Gay, and he defends that time, but Crystal Palace playing with fire as Fred blocks it out for a Palace throw-in, but a nervy start away from home here. I believe it was Chris Richards who originally may have given the ball away, or they're just showing the replay here for his challenger, Marcus Rashford. Thoughts on Everton versus Arsenal game, 5-point gap now. Oh, you know what? What a performance by Everton, especially in that first half. They had a lot of chances and Arsenal got really lucky. You could see Mikel Arteta at times just a frustrated person on the sidelines. And then, of course, Everton able to get that goal through James Tarkowski in the second half and hold on to that lead, most importantly, against the league leaders. It's an interesting game. They lose their second game of the season in the Premier League. And once again, if Man City win, they have a 2-point gap, 5-point gap as well. So you never know in the Premier League, right? You just never know in the end of the day. 1 minute, you could be at one place in the table and then all of a sudden you're a lot closer. So we'll have to see in that regards, Paxton. We'll have to see, but it's definitely an interesting topic to speak about in regards to the league positions and all of that stuff there. But I think that there is a real opportunity in the end of the day. There is a real opportunity for all the teams up there to try and stake a claim in this title charge. It's far from over. Arsenal 15 shots, 3 on target. Yeah, a very frustrating. And towards the end especially, they had a lot of shots from long range. Just you can see the frustration in their game today. The games like that happen in the Premier League. We've seen Arsenal have games where they haven't been at their best, but they've still found a way to win. Today, that wasn't the case. And I know a lot of people, there will be pressure placed upon them to perform and rebound in their next game, which is against Brentford No easy opposition as well, you know. They've got Brentford, Leicester City, Bournemouth, Fulham, and Crystal Palace in their next few games going into March. So it's going to be an interesting run-in. It will be funny if Arsenal drop to second at some point. All the crying Arsenal fans, but ultimately need them to win it over City, saying Paxton. Super Nick saying Arsenal started to believe they had won it halfway through the season, underestimating the opposition and making it difficult for themselves. Kang saying, and with the club, Everton, deadly combination. They should have known Dash's game and prepared, saying Super Nick. Yeah, I mean, now Everton themselves, they're out of the relegation zone. I think they're out of the relegation zone after that result. Or are they up to 18th? Okay, so they're up to 18th. West Ham are above them on goal difference. But things are looking brighter for them because Leeds United and West Ham on 18 points. Leicester currently close behind as well. Wolves and even Forest, they can all get sucked in at certain points. And there's still a lot of games to go in the league. So it's going to be an exciting end to the season. Here's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Marcus Rashford out on the right-hand side now. Just switching sides for a hot minute. Fred picking it up now. And playing it back to Lisandro Martinez. Rafael Varane clipping it over the top towards Weghorst. Chris Richards got a head on it. Marcus Rashford trying to play a little ball through the middle. Was cut out again. Crystal Palace right now, just anything will do for the away side. Usually this is a point in the season when Arsenal start slipping and City start gathering steam. Who knows? Well, that's interesting because people have kept on saying that. And, this so far, for the most part, Arsenal have continued to get results up until now. So I think it's just about how they respond. I don't think this result will hurt them confidence-wise. They won't be happy with it. But, great teams, they show why they're great by being able to respond, by being able to get back into the position that they once were. And it is the time for Manchester United to do that right now, but also Arsenal. Manchester City have a big game tomorrow against Spurs. Here's Ayew. Played down the line towards Elise. But Casemiro is able to get there ahead and play it back to David De Gea. Martinez with a sweetly struck ball towards Wan-Bissaka, spreading it like butter on a half volley. Marcus Rashford. Will Hughes gets the block on it. We're seeing some players warm up now. Jadon Sancho and a few others getting an applause from the Old Trafford crowd. Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, who gives the ball away. That's a bit poor by Manchester United. Edouard will try and get forward now for Palace. Clips it towards Elise, but it will make its way through to David De Gea. Sancho Chana, Old Trafford once again. Martinez just telling Luke Shaw to run ahead as he looks at his options and gives it to the English left back. Martinez gets it back also. Now Bruno Fernandes, he's spending some time out on the right. Anthony out on the left. Fred playing in an advanced role in that midfield as well at times. picking up that position. Funny stat about Fred also this season. He's actually equaled his goal tally from last season. So he has 4 goals, equaling his tally from last campaign, and also the same tally he reached in 18-19, 19-20, and 2021 combined, as Marcus Rashford had an opportunity to strike the ball on the volley and it goes over the bar. You wouldn't put it past him with the form that he's in this season. Just didn't get the dip on it. Here's Elise playing it through to Jeffrey Schlupp, who can run onto the ball. Wan-Bissaka up against him. And he'll look to cut back. He's getting some support now from Tariq Mitchell. Back heels it, but doesn't get the trajectory of the pass right. And Wan-Bissaka just able to play it around the corner to Anthony. Here's Luke Shaw now. Manchester United able to put an attack of their own together as Rashford trying to play it into Anthony on the other side over the top. Casemiro just picking the ball up and getting brought down ever so slightly. Crystal Palace win it back. Elise getting caught on the ball. Doucouré doing a good job of bailing out his teammate. But Crystal Palace just not able to get that counter-attack going. Manchester United were back in numbers. Here's Luke Shaw. Nice pass there by Fred out to the left-hand side. Marcus Rashford going outside and it's just above Weghorst, the cross. And it was cleared away for now. Shaw again out to Marcus Rashford. Taking on Nathaniel Klein on the left-hand side, cutting back. Casemiro receiving the ball in the area, trying to do a light little skill. And it goes out for a Manchester United corner kick. Doucouré just deflects off of him. Smart play there by the Brazilian defensive midfielder. Just doing a little roulette and Doucouré a little discombobulated. Short corner kick towards Fred. Right foot strike. Anthony has a chance. Blocked by Rafael Varane. Unfortunate there. Anthony just trying to guide it into the corner of the net. And blocked by his own teammate that time. Here's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Casemiro goes down. Referee says no. Here's Oderson Edouard. Gives it to Elise. Does well just to carry the ball up the pitch. And Elise's asking for options. Drives forward. Will Hughes receiving the ball off the challenge. And it will make its way back. Crystal Palace fans not so happy with that one. They thought they potentially had an opportunity to create a chance. Oh my. Elise plays it. Pass out Wan-Bissaka to Tariq Mitchell. Back into Elise in the area. Turns back. A couple step overs. Back to Mitchell towards back post. David De Gea claims. Manchester United did well just to kill the momentum of that attack there ever so slightly. Manchester United with a clean sheet today, and David De Gea, most importantly, could equal Peter Schmeichel's record at the top. 2 away from being the all-time record leader in clean sheets as a goalkeeper at Manchester United. Luke Shaw wins the ball back from Crystal Palace again, just heading it towards Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro now. Luke Shaw trying to play it into Marcus Rashford, giving it away, and Jordan Ayew just booting the ball forward. back to Rafael Varane. Elise was really the only one up the pitch for the London side. Here's Fred. Oh, United chant going around Old Trafford right now as well. Here's Valverde out on the left-hand side. Ball in the area from Fred and just wide of the goal. Side-footed strike, almost there. How you 5 minutes behind CM? Hey, Kang, don't even ask that question, my man. Don't even ask that question. I will never understand the hate campaign just because he can't play the ball that shot. You know what? I think on top of, okay, he may not be the best goalkeeper with the ball at his feet. Great shot stopper in my opinion. He does make mistakes at times. But as does every goalkeeper, if we see. I think, and I you know, I've stood by this. There are many more positions that need to be sorted out before you even look at David De Gea. To me, he's not even... Okay, you can say, and there are issues there in terms of David De Gea. But, yeah, I just think there are other priorities as well. At this point, it's a reach. He was never the real problem. I just think it was agendas being held on to for way too long, and it needs to stop. Here's Mitchell for Palace. Ball across the box. Luke Shaw, proactive in sorting that out. It's Will Hughes now. Gray passing it back to Palace's number 7. Michael Elise. He's not the priority, but will be replaced at some point. Saint Kang, of course. Of course. It's Mitchell. His weakness exposed last season, Saint Kang. Will Hughes just trying to play the ball over to Elise. Overhit it. He's still chasing the ball, but Wan-Bissaka does a great job of just holding him off and getting the throw in. Elise, not a good ball towards him, really. Sabitzer also warming up. Potentially could get his Manchester United debut today on loan from Bayern Munich. I put out a short, actually, the other day. We go on the YouTube channel real quick. I put out a short the other day, which I will show, actually. I will show at half time, saying why he could potentially be a success for Manchester United. So be sure to run that up when you do have the time, ladies and gentlemen. Decore giving it to Jeffrey Schlupp, playing in the midfield for Crystal Palace today. Here's Elise trying to get the ball in. Wan-Bissaka with the block corner kick, Crystal Palace. I'm not going to cap my timer's not doing me any justice today. I'm going to have to change it again. It ain't doing me no justice. My word. The ball was in and it was a really good one. Chris Richards has a heading opportunity, but the ball was too high. He wasn't able to get above it. Thank you, Super Nick. There was a good ball in there by Elise. Just too high for Richards to jump and get above the ball. Warning for Manchester United there. David De Gea playing it out short. Varane will play it forward to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who is bombing forward once again. Anthony picks it up in an averted position. Goes on to the outside, gives it back to the French centre-back. Anthony receiving it once again. Of course, both teams wearing black armbands to honour those who lost their lives in the Munich air disaster. The legendary Busby Babes. Those who were affected by it to this day, of course. Families, friends, Manchester United fans alike. Here's Bruno trying to find Casemiro. Will Hughes intercepts. And now it's him and only Odsonne Edouard up there. Some support was coming in behind, but Luke Shaw was able to once again just win the ball back. He has been very good defensively thus far. Manchester United just able to pick apart and frustrate Crystal Palace in regards to everything they've tried to do. Here's Marcus Rashford. Trying to take a shot on once again that goes over the bar. And shout out to Super Nick putting a link to the short in the chat about Marcelo Sabitzer. In the United Twins latest episode, man like Cappy said, Velkommen Marcel. I was shocked. I was like, when did this brother start talking different languages? Shout out to Cappy though. Of course, we'll be doing a reaction to this game. That will be out probably on Monday. Early Monday afternoon. Here's Schlupp in a central area. Driving, takes the shot. Good save by David De Gea with his left hand. And Odsonne Edouard will just try and win the throw-in, and he does. Holding off Martinez. But good save by David De Gea because that shot had venom on it. Jeffrey Schlupp just driving it with his left foot. Nathaniel Klein will take this one. Hashtag Glazers out for ruining this club all these years when the Busby Babes sacrificed their lives to play for Manchester United. And you know what, Paxton, 100% right. I couldn't have said it any better there, man. You know, these ownership have run this club dry and made a mockery of what is a great club with wonderful history. People that have sacrificed time and time again for the greater good of this club, for the fans, for this club. Good challenge there by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. You can see in the latter stages of this half, Crystal Palace have pushed up and tried to make their way forward. Attacks just breaking up time and time again as Casemiro able to win a free kick there deep in their own half, but United's half, should I say. But there will be some bright spots for Crystal Palace to speak about. Only a couple minutes away from half time now. They will feel like they can still get back into the game. And Manchester United will feel like there's still a lot of work to be done in order to secure the 3 points. Now, Manchester United have dropped points while leading in their last 2 Premier League games and have only once failed to win 3 consecutive Premier League matches despite leading each time. That was in 1988 games against Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea. Is there Sandro Martinez playing a long ball forward towards Anthony? Tariq Mitchell able to get the head on it. Ayew kind of turning into trouble there, but gets lucky. Chris Richards clipping the ball forward. Ayew able to get there fortuitously. perhaps was looking for Jeffrey Schlupp, but he made it there instead. And Crystal Palace now with Schlupp playing it forward to Edouard. A heavy touch forward. Will Hughes can receive it. 2 minutes of added time now. Here's Ayew. Nathaniel Klein overlapping and receiving the ball. Ball in the area. David De Gea claims too close to the Spaniard. And he throws it out early to Casemiro. Playing it forward into Anthony. And now here's the counter-attacking opportunity for Manchester United. Cutting inside and kind of just slowing down that counter-attack. Goes down. Free kick United. Given away by Tariq Mitchell. Anthony turning back. Does well to win the free kick. Potentially those in the area a little frustrated. But now a free kick opportunity for Manchester United to potentially create a chance and double their lead before half-time. Which would be a hammer blow for Crystal Palace as they've grown into the proceedings. Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw standing over it. Two-man wall of Will Hughes and Elise. Tariq Mitchell got booked. Entered Andre Mariner's book. Fernandes ball in and it's a good one. Inviting. Headed away. Corner kick to United. And this will be the final chance for the first half. Bruno and Rashford coming short. Nathaniel Klein and Andre Ayew also surveying that option. Trying to close it away. As Ayew backing up now into the area. Rashford also running into the box. Bruno Fernandes ball in towards the front post. Varane flicked it on and Palace were able to come away with it. And it is now half time. Ladies and gentlemen. So a good first half. Manchester United were able to take the lead early on through Bruno Fernandes. Erik ten Hag will walk back to the dressing room thinking about what his team needs to do in order to secure the 3 points and get back to winning ways in the Premier League. Crystal Palace have had some bright moments in the game. Attacks breaking up in the final third. But they will have a thought of positivity knowing that they're only 1 goal behind. Especially having come back in the reverse fixture from a similar position. So we shall see. Bruno Fernandes, of course, taking the lead from the penalty spot. So we shall see what the second half brings. Kang saying good half, seeing back in 2008. My word. Listen, it happens, man. It happens. It happens, Paxton. But yeah, actually, I'm going to show you guys the little short I was able to do. Let me switch over to the desktop. The little short about, let me check, yeah, about Marcel Sabitzer. Let me know what you think. Oh, hold on. Let me play that again. Marcel Sabitzer could be a match made in heaven for Manchester United. Here's why. Sabitzer will most likely play in the number 8 position, replacing the injured Christian Eriksen. He's a player who possesses composure on the ball, being able to wiggle out of tight spaces and play pinpoint passes to forward runners. Sabitzer's also not afraid to chip in with some goals, scoring 52 times for his former club RB Leipzig. He's most notably known for his ability to conjure up spectacular strikes from long distance, with a Sky Germany reporter saying that he shoots like a horse. Potential chant maybe. Having become frustrated due to a lack of game time at his parent club Bayern Munich, Sabitzer saw this loan move as an important decision. MUFC fans, how are you feeling about the Austrian's arrival? So, be sure to run that up, ladies and gentlemen. Little light YouTube short that I be doing from time to time. Post it on Twitter and TikTok as well. Link in the description to all of those socials. Big up, Manj. Hope you're doing well. Your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by each and every time. Hope you're doing well, bro. I'm saying jump in the chat. Which channel are we looking at? Which channel are we looking at? Manch. Sabitzer ain't press resistant like Ericsson saying Kang. What's in Discord, Kang? Not Kang, Manch. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know if there's any changes you would make at halftime. Just looking at the lineup for Manchester United on the bench. You know, a little more healthy, you would say. Of course, Sabitzer, Delo, Sancho, Garnacho, Mainu, Malacia, Lindelof as well. Any potential changes you would make, or maybe down the line in the half, if the scenario stays the same, or if we're able to score a second goal, just putting things out there. If any Crystal Palace fans are in here also, what would you potentially do? Let's see. And also, one thing to look at, some stats during the halftime whistle. Let me make sure I refresh that to get the latest things going. So for Manchester United, I had 60% possession to Crystal Palace's 39.5. So yeah, a lot of domination there in regards to that. 4 shots on target for Manchester United, and they've had 12 overall. 2 shots for Crystal Palace and only one shot on target. In terms of passes, touches, you expect that to be higher due to the possession. They've had 5 corner kicks to Crystal Palace's 2. And of course, you look at the head-to-head recent results, the 1-1 draw at Selhurst Park, the 1-0 loss at Selhurst Park as well. Our last win came again in 2021, December 2021, against Crystal Palace at home. So that bodes well for us going forward, the fact that we are there in the cup. Basic 1. Hey, you know what? If anybody wants to have their say on the game so far while we're at halftime, be sure to jump in the community Discord, go into Basic Voices General 1 channel. So if anybody wants to have their say on the game, be sure to come through and do their thing. Let me check. Manj. Yes, Manj. What are you saying?
You good?
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
Yeah, man. That's like first half, man. What are you saying?
You know what? I think perfect start for Manchester United, and then as it went on, I think Crystal Palace grew into the game in the latter stages, tried to get forward a little bit, and their attacks broke apart. We've had some good opportunities, I think, on the counter-attack, but it hasn't all come together as well. I just think in the second half, and Paxton said it earlier, we just need to find a way to control the game, not giving away the ball cheaply, and giving Crystal Palace opportunities to make their way forward, because when they have, they've found a bit of space. I think Elise is a threat for them. Odsonne Edouard a few times has had a chance to run forward, but they just haven't had a lot of numbers at times. So we just need to find a way to gain possession, control the game, and hopefully go for that second goal.
Yeah. For me, it reminds me of the first game, innit? We score first, don't do that much, and they bust the midfield and they score late on. We better make sure that don't happen again.
Yeah, it's
otherwise,
very true.
Otherwise, the fan cams might be the same outside Old Trafford. What do you think of the game? It's like the first game.
yeah, exactly.
What know. Yeah, man. Just thought I'd give you a quick call and ask you about the game, innit?
Yeah, man. Big up yourself for coming through. Big up, man.
Big up. All right, man. Take it easy.
Speak at full time in a bit.
Will do.
Big up, man like Manch, for coming through. Of course, anybody else that wants to have their say before the start of the second half, feel free to come through. We got the Basic Voices section So be sure to come true, do your thing, ladies and gentlemen. Kang saying check on FootMob. FootMob. Is that the website everybody's using nowadays, huh? FootMob. FootMob sayings. Let me see. Big up to Kang on the plug. Okay, so they're showing a little stats here and all of that stuff there. Website looks nice, I can't lie. Salutes to you once again, man, for coming through, having your say on the game so far. And I should have said before the game, actually. I'm gonna add a little ticker. I'm gonna say, at halftime, if you want to have your say, or even at full time, have your say. Halftime. Through Unity Discord, have your say on the game. Paxton saying Rafael Varane says the suffocating schedule of top level football was behind his decision to retire from France duty. It is interesting to see if more people retire from international football at a relatively early age. And you know what? That is an interesting conversation to be had, Paxton, because obviously, Varane, like what Kang is saying, he's won the World Cup. So the decision was potentially a little easier there. But still, players, they represent their countries with pride. They love representing their countries internationally. And unfortunately, with the schedules that have increased, the workload for players in this day and age, you just don't want to be overworking your body and potentially being more susceptible to injury, which Rafael Varane has been in the past. So if you think about his first season at Manchester United, was plagued with injury issues, and there were a lot of worries from the fan base as to what Rafael Varane we potentially brought or will see throughout his Manchester United career. Thankfully, that has kind of cleared up a little bit thanks to Erik ten Hag's management of him. But we've even seen, a lot of other players who have suffered long-term, short-term injuries continuously, and it's a hindrance just due to the increased workload and schedule, So what do you guys think about that one? Will we be seeing more international players retiring from duty and just focusing on their clubs going forward? Varane World Cup, yeah. Time for second half. Big up CM in the chat. Catch you next time, man. Catch you. Big up yourself. Enjoy the second half. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. And hopefully Manchester United can deliver the result for everybody, for all Manchester United fans. Any Crystal Palace fans in the chat, let us know what you thought of the game, or just a neutral as well. Let us know what you thought of the game and what either team needs to do, what Man United need to do to stay in control, what Crystal Palace need to do to get back into the game. Paxton saying FootMob over one football. Interessante. Tariq Mitchell, the only one to enter the referee's book thus far in the game. Let's see if the number adds to that. And Palace have failed to score in 5 of their past 7 Premier League games. So will this potentially be a struggle, a thorn in their sides? This could also be Palace's 400th defeat in the top flight. Is there another goal in this game, saying Supernick? Well, that is an interesting question once again. I think there definitely is. I'm not going to say definitely, actually. I'm not going to say definitely, but I feel like there's another goal in this game, and the next goal is big. It's either United going 2-0 up or Crystal Palace getting back in this game. And what we don't want to see, like what Man said, is a repeat of that reverse fixture where United, they lack the quality. Palace frustrated them and closed down the spaces to play in the midfield out wide as well. And then at the end, it's just a worldie of a goal. You don't want a repeat of that. So we shall see. Hopefully Erik ten Hag is finding a way with his staff and the players to potentially break down this Crystal Palace team, which I think is possible. If you look at the first half, Crystal Palace, they tried to commit numbers forward at times, and those attacks broke up. So there is space with those counter-attacking opportunities. We just have to use them wisely and be efficient at that. I think recently we haven't been as efficient that we would have wanted to be in those counter-attacking chances, opportunities. Kang saying, I want another goal. Don't need another free kick at 90 from Elise. There you go. Definitely want another goal. Haller scored for Borussia Dortmund earlier. Oh, that's brilliant news. That is brilliant news, Paxton. They're winning 4-1 against Freiburg right now. And they're scoring in the 51st minute. Having a look at the Bundesliga table, even though Bayern Munich have the game in hand, Union Berlin are currently at the top of the league. They're winning 1-0 against Mainz right now. Dortmund third. Level on points currently with Bayern Munich, even though, yes, they do have a game in hand. And Leipzig, fourth. Eintracht Frankfurt and Freiburg making up the European spots in Germany currently, at the moment. I keep on forgetting I can just use this now. How you guys feeling about the new little desktop overlay that I have going? The little mini me over here, and then you got the little desktop overlay, same promo stuff. The scoreline still there too. I'm a little happy with that. I threw it together last minute, so I'm loving it. Big ups to everybody inside though for suggesting it, because I did say last week, or the last watch along I should say, not even last week, last watch along, that I wanted to do this, but I just forgot completely. Union Berlin true underdog story, man. You know what? I need to look into their story as a club. I know it's for that, like, but it's pretty mad. Bruno Fernandes and Fred were seemingly having quite a little heated conversation there, just coming out of the tunnel regarding the game. Just looking at the poll once again, we got 4 votes. Should be sell Martial at the end of the season? 75% saying no, 75% saying yes, 25% saying no. Be sure to get your votes in and also give the reasons why in the chat, just like Paxton did earlier in the stream. And blessings to everybody watching. We got 8 people inside, 8 likes on the video. So be sure, if you're new, to hit the subscribe button, share to your friends and frenemies if you're on Twitter. Be sure to come over, say hello to all the 22s in the chat. And also thank you for 300 subscribers. I'm grateful for everybody that has been here on the journey along the way as the second half has kicked off, ladies and gentlemen. I'm grateful if everybody has been here, you know, along the journey, and hopefully we can keep on going. The good vibes, the good momentum. You know, these live streams coming over here has been great. And, you know, we will be looking to do more live stuff in the future. So look out for that too, ladies and gentlemen. The last time Union Berlin were close to winning the Bundesliga was them being runners-up in 1922-23. My word, Paxton. What a thing that could be then. What an achievement that could be then, huh? Wow. Incredible. You know, I'm seeing something. So 2 assists and a goal for Kelechi Iheanacho in the first half for Leicester City. He was triple captained by 4 FPL managers. Like, how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you, like, what kind of psychic? Nah, these guys have to be coders, you know. I need to start listening to the code man them, because there's got to be something there. Just find your way into the community, code settings, boom, bow, you got all the answers to life. get that. Wow. Varane played it back to David De Gea on his left side. A little awkward one. He was able to boot it clear for now, and United just winning it back. Luke Shaw getting it forward. It's a nice ball to Valvegos. Fred had to stretch for it. Gave it away. Current scores on the door. So Leicester City are 3-2 up against Aston Villa. What a game that seems to be. Match of the days may be tasty today. Brentford 2-0 up against Southampton. Ben Mee and Brian Bueno scoring in that one. Liverpool still 2-0 up against... Sorry, Wolves still 2-0 up against Liverpool. And Brighton 0-0 against Bournemouth. The late game today is Newcastle versus West Ham. Here's Marcus Rashford giving it to Fred over the likes of Hertha Berlin. I think they only got to the second division in 2009. So they have always been a smaller Berlin club. Wow. Okay, Paxton. Thank you for that information once again. Shout out to Paxton, man. Anthony making his way forward, just using his body to hold off Mark Gay. Bruno bouncing it back into him now. Does a little flip-flap to get through the gap. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Nice little combination play there. Bruno trying to play in Wan-Bissaka, just couldn't get the power on it, and it was cut out. Played forward again now towards Odyssey Edouard. He's up against Lisandro Martinez. A little space for him to run into. Varane cuts inside. Great challenge there by Lisandro Martinez. Brilliant defending, just staying on his feet and winning back the ball. Shout out to Kendo. Hope you're doing well. Your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by each and every time. Saying big up Listen meant. Nope, let's keep Martial because I don't want to see a certain number and I'll leave it there. Shout out to Kang, man. Shout out to Kang. Leach are doing his thing. But yeah, man, Kendo, I hear what you're saying. Great challenge, by the way, Kang, by Leacher. But yeah, man, I hear what you're saying, Kang. Not Kang, Kendo. My bad. 2Ks. Hope your weekend's going well, by the way, Kendo. Everybody else as well. Let me know, what's the most exciting thing you got up to this week? For me, probably watch-alongs. Making videos. And I also traveled up to this place called Hayes. I believe it's the first time I've ever been there before. Interesting. I think. It's Raphael Varane. Wan-Bissaka into Anthony, who turns away. Gets a little nudge from Jeffrey Schlupp. Gives the ball away. Odsonne Edouard receives the ball. Gets taken down by Martinez and fouled. Andre Mariner giving that one away. Potentially Anthony may have been frustrated with the little barge that he got on the other side. On the other end, I should say. Chris Richards playing it back to his goalkeeper. Here's Jeffrey Schlupp now. Ball into the area. Blocked by Varane. Corner kick United again. Riveting story. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Hey, listen, man. Hayes is that kind of player saying Super Nick. Man, oh man. There wasn't much to the story. I ain't gonna lie. It was just a trip there. Kind of all in vain, but we move. Ball in the area for Palace. Headed away for now. Decore picks it up. Playing it across the Will Hughes, who spreads it like bottom blocked by Andre Mariner. He's going to have to blow the whistle and do a light jump ball to restart the game, I believe. Mariner I don't know what he was trying there because the ball was coming in from distance and he just failed to get out the way completely. Drops the ball for Jeffrey Schlupp and the play is restarted. Now it's Elise. Oh, nice move by Jeffrey Schlupp. Oh my. And eventually United able to get away from it. But that was dangerous. Very dangerous there from Crystal Palace and Jeffrey Schlupp. Just flicking it into the area and using his pace to meet up with the ball yet again. It's looking at again. Just flicks it through the legs of Casemiro. And in the end, Lee Chang and the Brazilian were able to clear up shop for Manchester United. David De Gea booting it clear now. Richards able to get the ball ahead of Val Weghorst. Gray giving it to Tariq Mitchell. Schlupp again. Mitchell played it down the line, just couldn't find Elise there. Now United have it back with Bruno Fernandes. Oh, deflected away from Val Weghorst. Frustrating. I'm not going to say anything too early, but the direction of how this game is going could potentially be a problem for Erik ten Hag's side. What do you guys think in the comments? Super asking Kendall, how you doing? Richards plays it back to Guaita. Once more, he boots it away. Will Hughes played it forward to Edouard, just a little ahead of him. And Martinez was able to play it back to David De Gea. United could come forward once again. Aaron Wan-Bissaka trying to play in Wout Weghorst. Blocked away by Gay. Bruno Fernandes playing it out to the left-hand side. Great touch by Marcus Rashford. Chance, takes the shot. And goes over the bar. Cut inside, drop the shoulder. And a lot of power on that one. Always rising. But there was a good chance by Rashford. Potentially should do better in that position. For a minute, we looked to be back in the game. But now it's looking a bit worrying, saying Super Nick. Yeah, I think this is a one where either side will have a counter-attacking or attacking opportunity as a whole. Right now, I feel like the game's a little open. But that is a dangerous position to be in. Bruno Fernandes wins the ball back from Tariq Mitchell. Anthony driving down the wing. Inside into the area. Chris Richards just clearing it away. Anthony didn't get enough on that one. Potentially there, you just got to put it in with your right foot. He uses his lefty. And just was a bit off balance. Wasn't able to get the power he needed on that outside of the boot pass. You can see it there. Somebody's down now. Bruno Fernandes is down for Manchester United. I suspect he stayed down ever since he won back the ball. As the camera cut back to him, he's going to receive some treatment now. Hopefully, it's not too bad. You can see it there. He just falls back. Not too sure what happens there. Getting some treatment. It looks like on his ankle there, Bruno. Everybody just getting some refreshments for now. A bit of water, a bit of the energy drinkish kind of stuff. Bruno Fernandes back on his feet now, which the Old Trafford crowd will love. Walking away. Kendall saying, we flying high. Shout out to you, bro. Bruno very ready as injuries. He will be fine, saying Super Nick. Hopefully. Praying hands. It's definitely not what Manchester United need. Missing another midfielder after just replacing one on loan, Christian Eriksen, of course, who will be a big miss regardless. Fernandes back on the field now. I'm hearing that Alejandro Garnacho will be coming on real soon for Manchester United. I suspect it will be for Anthony. We shall see, though. We shall see. Potentially maybe Weghorst. And you put Rashford through the middle. So we shall see there, ladies and gents. Richards is a problem we don't need. Yeah, he's a really good defender. But hold on a second. Not offside. Austin Edouard, he did look offside. And he is. Yeah, the good game against us at Selhurst. Yeah, and Weghorst will be the one coming off for Garnacho, which means we will see Marcus Rashford through the middle, Garnacho out left, and Anthony remaining on the right-hand side. Weghorst has put in a shift today. What do you guys think of his performance up front? I think right now being Manchester United striker it's a tough job because there's not a lot of key creation. There is creation around him for the wingers, of course, which, you know, Erik ten Hag will be happy with his job in the end of the day and is all of the work that he does other than, of course, the receiving chances and getting goals. But yeah, it is a difficult job currently, and it's not all together there yet. Of course, Anthony Martial, it was revealed before the game that he had a setback. Unfortunately, in our last game against Nottingham Forest, after coming on and being a goal scorer, opening the lead, opening the game up and putting United into the lead and contributing to sending them through to the semi-finals. Unfortunately, he had himself a setback. We don't know how long he's going to be out for once again. Super Nick saying Sabitzer. Well, we shall see. We shall see if he comes into this game. Super Nick, 60 minutes in now. Going to be an interesting thing to see what changes come next. Here's Fred. Bruno Fernandes. Now Anthony. Up against Mitchell. Elise coming for some support. He passes it down the line to Casemiro. Luke Shaw. Garnacho turning swiftly up against Nathaniel Klein. That will be a tough assignment for the former Liverpool player. Is Anthony. Just about getting the ball back to Rafael Varane there. Trying to use his quick feet to confuse the defender. Crystal Palace just forcing Manchester United back right now. Doing well in the press. Closing down the gaps and making Manchester United play successive backwards passes. Yes, and Super Nick coming in with a Villa 2, Leicester City 3. What a game that is. United have only had one shot in this second half. Crystal Palace with 0. So maybe there is a bit more patience when it comes to the attack. So far in this half, here's Garnacho running across the area. Luke Shaw inside! Marcus Rashford 2-0 Manchester United. And that is the goal that everybody wanted and needed. Marcus Rashford back on the score sheet. Continues his just absolutely brilliant form. And Manchester United at home surely now should be able to see out this game. Just a brilliant ball across the box by Luke Shaw and Marcus Rashford side-footing it into the area. Move to the striker's position. And it pays off. You can see it's a lovely move by Manchester United. Combination by Bruno Anthony. Wan-Bissaka plays it into Casemiro, who bounces it inside. Garnacho runs across the area, finds Luke Shaw, and that first time ball across the box. Marcus Rashford side-footing it from close range, and Guaita had no chance. No chance at all. That celebration so epic. Come on. Super Nick triple captain Marcus Rashford. Hey, I captain Marcus Rashford this FPL week, so I ain't complaining. Paxton in there with it as well. So Bit says not match fit, so I think ETH doesn't want to risk it until we are relatively safe. I hear you, Paxton. But yeah, Manchester United have their second goal. Crystal Palace, if they want to get back into this game, are going to have to commit more numbers forward as they have done at times in this game. So it will become a little more dangerous for them. And potentially it will open up spaces in behind for United to ice it. Huh? You're on 55 points already this week. Hi! Here's Anthony running down the line. Will Hughes coming with a double team on Mark Dehi, and they was able to prevent anything else other than a throw in that time. Hey, that triple captain is OP supering it. My God. I'm trying to check my points right here, right now. It's Wan-Bissaka. Oh, damn. I'm on 51. Get in. Let's go. Here's Fred. Wan-Bissaka making a run. Fred plays it to Anthony to the right of him instead. Casemiro ball in, a dangerous one. Chris Richards wins the header again. He's been there a few times for Crystal Palace. Interceptions on the ground and in the air. Palace ready in. Eze. Anthony's currently down on the ground. A little roar from the crowd. Oh dear, and now we've got a little tussle on the pitch. A serious tussle. Fred and Jordan Ayew holding each other. The referee's trying to gain control. The linesman trying to gain control. Everybody's tussling. Everybody's holding each other. Andre Mariner just standing back, having a look at what's going on so he can take out his yellow card and see who needs to enter the referee's book. But even now, still, players getting pushed away. It's calming down now, but that looked heated for a hot minute. Schlupp needs to get slumped, saying Paxton. We're looking at it earlier. Schlupp was just staring down Anthony, who he pushed off. And as you know, at Old Trafford, there's a little slope at the side of the pitch. So any player that falls down there into the brick slope is a little painful. And Schlupp was just looking at him. Casemiro was the one to run up to him and start the confrontation. My word. Mariner's just handing out yellow cards now. We're going to have to see who got it. Jeffrey Schlupp, of course, booked. Will there be anybody else? So Jeffrey Shupp enters the book. Super Nick saying beef. Anthony also booked 2. Sure on 9 saying Super Nick FPL settings. I gave up on FPL before the World Cup. I'm probably a 4-point save Paxton. Nah, the one time I will blame the ref. Imagine getting a yellow card for standing up for you. Yeah, it's a bit mad, Paxton. It's a bit mad still. That schluck guy said something about Brazilian. Hey, yo. No, Anthony gave him a shoulder check as well. And then that's where everything kicked off for real. Because Shupp was like, hold up. And all the United players were there. The Crystal Palace players were coming in. Jordan Ayew started moving mad with Fred. And Elise was there as well. Shupp was trying to get that fade in. My word. They're having a VAR check on a possible red card on violent conduct. Ooh, Casemiro had his arms around Will Hughes' neck. By God. It didn't look too crazy. Nah. I don't think he gives anything here, right? Roy Keane would have enjoyed that same Paxton. I love a bit of beef, but if it doesn't work out... It looks like they're definitely looking at this. Is he looking at the monitor? Oh no! He's going to look at the monitor. Casemiro had his hands around the neck of Will Hughes. Is he looking at the monitor? He is! He's coming back onto the pitch. Blows the whistle. VAR. He's calling Casemiro over. Red card. Casemiro with a straight red card. United are down to 10 men. Casemiro had his hands on Will Hughes, both hands on his neck. And it doesn't matter, I guess, of the strength that he was using. It's the fact that he had his hands around the neck. Andre Mariner looked at it and came to a quick decision. Casemiro's off. Let's see a reaction in the chat. Shlap going to Sanruma, save immediately. Say it ain't so, saying Super Nick. Casemiro sent off. Super Nick saying no. Why are they doing Casemiro close-ups? Welcome to the radio, Shlap. You're staying for the rest of my save, saying Kangen FM. Love it from Casemiro, but he's out for 3 games, unfortunately. And 2 of those games will be up against Leeds United. Eric Ten Hag is not happy at all. So that'll be 2 Leeds games and Leicester City that will be missing Casemiro with. Hughes never felt a thing, saying Super Nick. Get Casemiro the UFC real quick, saying Paxton. Yeah, you know, whenever you do that kind of action of putting your hands around someone's neck, there's always an opportunity. There's always a chance, you know, of there being a bit of danger. Here's Edouard blasted over the bar for Crystal Palace. Hey, shout out to UZ Gaming. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by each and every time, saying Fred and Sabit's the next match. Hey, that could come to fruition. Wolves 3, Liverpool 0. By God. Bogart! Can coming through the scoreline. Let's have a look at that real quick. Yes, Ruben Neves has added to the scoring. My goodness. Let's have a look at this there. Liverpool. Wow. 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 Incredible. The Premier League is crazy. It's crazy at times. Manchester United are 2-0 up against Crystal Palace, courtesy of goals from Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford. Casemiro just sent off a few minutes ago after putting his hands on the neck of Will Hughes. Both teams came to a heated confrontation on the pitch after Jeffrey Schlupp completely bounced Anthony off the side and stared him down. UZ Gaming saying Klopp out. Super Nick saying no way, they done. It's crazy. It's crazy to see Liverpool in this position. It has been a tough season for them. And a lot of changes potentially need to happen. I mean, there's an ownership situation going on over there as well, with FSG potentially wanting to sell the club. I haven't heard a lot in regards to their situation and scenario. So if anybody knows more about that situation and how far it is in the progress, please let us all know. Here's Doucouré for Crystal Palace. Trying to play in Eze. Gives it away, and Nathaniel Klein able to win the ball back. Crystal Palace will try and attack now that they have the one-man advantage, and Eze earns his team a corner kick. Rumours about new owners of us bringing... Woo! Good save by David De Gea. A Mark Gay header. If you remember in the reverse fixture, he had a good opportunity as well. He has it again from the corner kick, and David De Gea's quick reactions saving United from conceding. Another corner kick to Crystal Palace. Ball in again, headed away by Martinez. Doucouré, Eze, 2-1. Oh no, it's Schlupp. It's Jeffrey Schlupp. Crystal Palace back in the game. And just like that, with 15 minutes to go, worries in the dance for Manchester United, who are already down to 10 men. 2-1. My word, Doucouré scuffed his volley. And Jeffrey Schlupp, as the ball got to him, just guided it into the back of the net with his left foot. And now it's a nervy last 14 minutes for Manchester United to hold on at Old Trafford. Crystal Palace reinvigorated, rejuvenated. How will United respond? UZ Gaming say, can we play Martial DM? Man. Here's Wan-Bissaka trying to play in Anthony and does. Schlupping up now, saying Paxton. Need to lock down now. Also saying Paxton. Here's Luke Shaw giving it to Garnacho. It looks like they'll still be making their way forward. Pat looking to exploit the 10-man United. Well, Crystal Palace have a real opportunity now. Super Nick. And they would have gained a lot of confidence off that goal. United just need to slow down the game potentially a little bit. Here's Chris Richards, the Old Trafford crowd trying to encourage their side. Apparently Marcel Sabitzer is getting some instructions and will be coming on real soon for Manchester United. Elise ball in the box towards the back post. Back across goal. Cleared away by Lisandro Martinez just about. Here's Garnacho now. And it goes out for a throw into Crystal Palace. It was a good ball in towards the back post. It was Tariq Mitchell. Got it in the air across the face of goal. Just couldn't get a good enough touch on it in the end. Uzia, I'm not too sure. I don't know. Paxton saying we play these twice so Casemiro can take a break. But then Barcelona and Leicester, I'm out here doing watch along for the people. Not too sure what anybody else is saying about it except for everybody else in the chat. Here's Elise, but the game has been stopped. I think. Gray having a conversation with Andre Mariner. Patrick Vieira is not happy at all. And his assistant. Kang saying, I say we chop the opponent's legs ruthlessly. Yeah, going back to Paxton's comment, we play these twice. So Casemiro can take a break. But then Barcelona and Leicester. That is going to be an interesting one indeed. Leicester now 4-2 up against Aston Villa. Brentford 3-0 up against Southampton. And Wolves, of course, 3-0 up against Liverpool. Brighton and Bournemouth still drawing 0-0 in the Premier League. Marcel Sabitzer being prepared to make his Manchester United debut. It's going to be an interesting last 10 minutes for him to be thrown into. As the players restarted, so Sabitzer won't come on just yet. Here's Doucouré for Crystal Palace. Shut up, the goal scorer. Plays it to Tariq Mitchell. A lot of space into the box. Eze had a chance! And his second shot blocked across goal. Here's Elise. Blocked by Shaw in the first cross attempt. Doucouré towards the back post again. Headed by Wan-Bissaka. Anthony will try and get it away. Bruno Fernandes, one touch, clears it with the second. Manchester United just desperately getting it anywhere. Eze potentially had an opportunity. First ball in by Mitchell. Great block by Martinez. And then he came in for the second strike and got it wrong. Sabitzer now coming onto the pitch. Coming on for Anthony, just putting that extra body in the midfield. In the final stages of the game. Sabitzer stepping up saying Supernik. Sabitzer and saying Kang. Lord. Here's Alejandro Garnacho trying to make a way forward. Chris Richards cuts it out for Crystal Palace. Here's Elise. Eze playing it to Elise. A lot of space for him. Up against Luke Shaw. Ball roll, gets it wrong. And it will go out for a goal kick to Manchester United. Well done there by Luke Shaw. Just not letting Elise get past him easily. And relieving his side of all the pressure. Then gotta go amount. Hey, listen, I don't know much about that situation there, Uzi. Obviously, you see it. You hear the opinions of the fans, but maybe best suited asking a Chelsea supporter. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, your opinion as a away crowd, but it's an interesting one. Jeffrey Shupp is coming off. Same with Doucouré, Jean-Philippe Mateta coming on, and Armada coming on for Crystal Palace. A winter transfer window signing coming in from Stuttgart. What's your thoughts on it, Easy? Man, this game, it has me locked in. I'm not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen. How are you feeling in the comments? Nervous? Electrified? Excited? Still just over 7 minutes for Manchester United to hold on to the lead. A 1-goal advantage after Jeffrey Shupp was able to get the goal back. They will contribute to his sacking, in my opinion, saying Super Nick. Anthony, most foul player today so far, but 0 of 3 successful dribbles. Good performance or not today, saying Paxton. I think it's been a mixed bag for Anthony today. Some good, some not so good. I think you can say that about a few players in the team today. At times, it's been an okay performance. At times, it's been a little frustrating. And now we're in a position where we need to hold on. He's had some good drives. Some other moments where potentially not the right decision. But overall, it's been all right. All right. Now, Anthony and Victor Lindelof are being ready to come on. Fred just going down on the ground. Eric Ten Hag says we need more defensive options. We need some more legs in here. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. Ten Heisenberg. Here's Nathaniel Klein. You know how life comes at you fast. When it was 2-0, you thought potentially, as Sabitza's coming forward now, gives it to Rashford, gets challenged though. You thought, hey, Manchester United can now close out the game. They win the ball back now though. Bruno Fernandes into Sabitzer. Rashford goes down. Palace win the ball back. Mariner says no foul. Neuer may have to leave Bayern Munich after stunning club with outburst, claims Effenberg. Oh dear. You know, I've heard about some issues potentially with Manuel Neuer and Bayern Munich. Because apparently he has a lot of influence within the club. And Julian Nagelsmann is trying to kind of regain that kind of control and authority over decision making and stuff like that. And potentially maybe Manuel Neuer is feeling slighted by the club. Elise over the top to Armada. It's Mateta, sorry. Let me see something. Coolio. Garnacho's now coming off. He was a substitute, but desperate measures in the end of the day have him been down to 10 men. Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof will be coming onto the pitch. Aaron Wan-Bissaka also coming off. My goodness. Ball in for Elise. De Gea punched it away. And Mateta had a great opportunity. Back post. It will be a corner kick again for Crystal Palace, I believe. Punched away towards goal, and Bruno Fernandes won the head and was celebrating like he had just scored a goal, and rightfully so. It was a brilliant header with the taller Mateta. I think it may be a goal kick, actually. Yeah, it's a goal kick, which makes it even better. Garnishing for more defensive option, understandable. Famous Savage saying UZ. This is going to be long. But Mateta will not win, saying Super Nick. I didn't even recognize him at first, you know. I didn't even recognize him at first, Super Nick. I was like, what the hell? That must be the new signing, but no, it's not. He's in the midfield, as you can see there. He's Elise. Playing it forward to Nathaniel Klein now. Good defending by Lisandro Martinez. And he wins his team a throw-in. Come on. Lisandro Martinez himself, time and time. We spoke about Chris Richard for Crystal Palace, but Lisandro Martinez, time and time again, has been able to win back balls, put his body on the line for the betterment of the team and the side, the club. Just another wonderful performance by the Argentinian. Leach has been great today. Facts, Super Nick. Really, really solid performance today by Leacher. Bruno Fernandes trying to get it to Marcus, who just can't keep it in on the counter-attack. Now it's the time to get back. A lot of tired legs in there, but now it's time. Oh, wow. Brighton have taken the lead. Shout out to Paxton. Brighton have taken the lead against Bournemouth. And Mitoma, the man in form, the man of the moment for Brighton, is giving them the goal in the 87th minute. Scores on the doors. Aston Villa 2, Leicester 4. Brentford 3, Southampton 0. Brighton 1, Bournemouth 0. Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 1. And Wolves 3, Liverpool 0. With Newcastle, West Ham coming later. Here's Sabitzer winning back the ball. Marcus Rashford, and the referee calls for a foul. Wow. What goes on there? The crowd did not love that. Ten Hag is asking why. Will we see a replay? I'm not too sure. I didn't see much in that challenge from Sabitzer originally. And now Crystal Palace have a free kick. 7 minutes of added time, ladies and gents. I repeat, 7 minutes of added time at Old Trafford. Elise ball in. Eze was there, cleared by Bruno Fernandes. Not even a replay, Kang. 7 long minutes, Paxton, for Manchester United to hold on. 10 men, Manchester United to hold on. 7 added minutes, saying Super Nick. Here's Chris Richards, the Old Trafford crowd trying to get them going, trying to keep them going. Here's Eze. Back to Klein now. Armada. Over to Elise, a bit of space there. Cuts onto his left, fakes the cross. Cuts on again. Ball in, headed away by Rafael Varane. And again by Rashford, who goes down. And Manchester United rightfully given a free kick. It took long. But finally, Andre Mariner gave it. Patrick Vieira not happy. But United have a free kick that they need. And Rashford just down a little bit now. What a game, ladies and gents. What a game. Arsenal in February. Memories saying Ken Dor. Man. Of course, Arsenal dropping points in the first game today against Everton. 1-0 win for the home side. Casemiro needs to get these rests on the payroll like he did back in La Liga, saying UC Gaming. United throwing right now as Luke Shaw just lets it go out. We're 2.5 minutes into 7 added on. United have another throw-in just higher up the pitch now, which they won't mind. Fred making a run towards the corner flag, and he receives the ball, trying to protect it. 2 Crystal Palace players were around him. Rashford now on the ball, holding it up, keeping the ball in play brilliantly, just losing control of it there as Armada has it, and it goes out for a Palace throw-in. Chop them all, boys, saying Kang. UC saying he needs Spurs to beat Man City tomorrow. Interesting one there right now. We need Manchester United to hold on. And a great challenge there by Fred. Just time wasting a little bit more and throwing the ball away. He might go in the rest book for that. Not yet though. Not quite. Rashford winning it away from Chris Richards. The ball is high up the pitch. Crystal Palace need to get it forward. 4th minute of added time now. 3 to go. And Fred winning a throw-in for Manchester United. Luke Shaw threw it towards Rashford. Fred just kicked it forward and cleared away this time. Mateta. Armada. Guaita playing it to Tariq Mitchell. Now potentially they can make their way forward. There may be one more big chance left in this game. Gray giving it to Tariq Mitchell. 5th minute of added time now. Crystal Palace patiently passing it into Manchester United's half. Elise. Oh, and him and Armada weren't on the same wavelength that time. Sambi Lokonga is also on for Crystal Palace, and he receives the ball now. Elise. Ball in the area towards back post. Too much on that one. Goal kick Manchester United. And that, still a minute to go in the game. But potentially that could be that. Will he use even the stain before Casemiro can find him? Hey, man. I'm telling you, that red card made life a lot more difficult than it had to be for United. "20 seconds to go now of the 7. Luke Shaw throws it forward to Marcus Rashford. He's going to run to the corner flag and protect the ball. Maybe no. He was looking to run beyond Chris Richards. And it went out for a goal kick. The added time is over. Whistles raining around Old Trafford now. Mateta trying to win the header. Eze's got the ball now for Crystal Palace. Maybe one more chance. I said that before, but the referee's not blowing. Crystal Palace. Here's Sambi Lokonga. United fans still asking for the whistle. 97.5 minutes gone. Armada. Take it on Sabitzer. Cross goal cleared by Lisandro Martinez again. Here's Elise. And there is an offside. Surely now, Manchester United should have the victory and the 3 points. They will take their time taking this free kick. David De Gea will take it, and all Manchester United players just making their way forward as you would. And that is that. A hard-fought victory by Manchester United, who end up winning 2-1. Bruno Fernandes gave it the lead in the first half. Marcus Rashford in the 62nd minute, able to double the lead before Casemiro was sent off 8 minutes later. And that gave United a lot of work to do, as Crystal Palace were able to get back in the game with 15 minutes to go through Jeffrey Schlupp. And United were able to hold on at Old Trafford at home with the help of their 12th man. The fans spurring them on, keeping them going. Crystal Palace had some opportunities toward the end to equalise, to create the chance, but they just weren't able to do it. They weren't able to convert and create that final chance in the United's box, in the United's half. And after a nerve-wracking final 15, Manchester United end the game with all 3 points. Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 1. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you thought of the game in the comments. Referee should learn how to blow. Paxton saying ref can hold this choke snap from Casemiro. This 30 minutes cost the years of my life, saying Kang. UZ Gaming saying hope Casemiro finds a ref in the car park. Vieira wants B flashbacks. We won 10 versus 12, saying Kang. Eluded the referee was on Palace's payroll. Will Hughes watch out now, saying Super Nick. +3, come on Kendall. Listen, that's the most important thing now. +3 points to our tally. I'm happy. We're all happy in the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, because Manchester United were able to hold on, were able to get what they needed, which was the 3 points today. Back to winning ways in the Premier League now. Unfortunately, Casemiro will be out now for 3 Premier League fixtures, 2 games against Leeds, and I believe Leicester City will be the other one. Let me just double check that. So yeah, Leicester City will be the 3rd game he'll be suspended for, which means we'll see him next against Barcelona, which is before that Leicester fixture. But we can have a look at the Premier League table now. Let's switch over here. Some teams never got 3 points today, saying Super Nick. So we look at this now. We're on 42 points in 3rd in the table. Newcastle is still yet to play, of course, playing West Ham United later on. But United 8 points behind Arsenal. Arsenal have a game in hand themselves. Manchester City with 3 points behind them, and they also have a game in hand. So we will have to see what happens in the later game, of course, with Newcastle and West Ham. Tomorrow's game with Manchester City and Spurs, who are in 5th. quite a bit away from us for now, at least, but we shall see. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an interesting time ahead, a very interesting time ahead. Shout out to Moss in the cut. Hope you're doing well. Today's been blessed. Appreciate you coming by each and every time. Good job. Saying hit the like as always. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe if you're new. Share to your friends and frenemies. Thank you to everybody. If you do want to have your say in the game quickly before we go offline, be sure to join the community Discord and come to is there calling section, or not even a calling section, just a basic voices section right now, and there's a general 1 to 3 and join a channel. An exciting month ahead. Barca come outside saying Kendall, hey, listen, I'm looking forward to the return of the Europa League. Barcelona, of course, is going to be a tough 2 games to get through to the proper knockout stages, but you have to beat the better teams in the competition to be able to win it. And let's see if Manchester United will have what it takes at the time. But for now, we have Leeds back-to-back on Wednesday. And I believe, is it Saturday? Wednesday and Saturday. So we're going to have to take those 2 games on and hopefully get results in both of them, home and away. Oh, man. Super Nick asking Moss, what's your take on the game earlier? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to thank everybody for coming to this stream, for blessing us all with your presence during the game. A bit of nerve-wracking towards the end, I'm not going to lie, but Manchester United were able to get the win. Marcel Sabitzer making his debut today for Manchester United. One thing I will ask of you all, if you haven't seen the short that I put out yesterday on Friday about Sabitzer, be sure to check it out. Drop a like on the video, share to your friends and frenemies. It's also on Twitter and TikTok. So your support, and link in the description to those social medias, Twitter, TikTok as well. Be sure to check them out. Content over there too. And of course, Twitter making announcements. Be sure to join the community Discord. A link in the description as well. Subscribe to the second channel where we'll be having just different kind of stuff. Wrestling watch-alongs, basketball watch-alongs, chillathons as I like to call them. And just football chillathons as well, other than Manchester United. We're going to just look at the scores around the doors in the Premier League today as well before we go off stream. So scores around the doors. We've got Everton winning 1-0 against Arsenal in the early game. Aston Villa losing to Leicester City 4-2. Brentford winning 3-0 against Southampton. Brighton winning it late. Callum Mitoma scoring for them against Bournemouth. And Wolves emphatically winning 3-0 against Liverpool. And in the later game, Newcastle and West Ham. Channel started again earlier. Good win Man U, good win Wolves and Brentford, same Moss. Just not enough killer instinct. Got a score on Dash, so his plan works. Saying Moss about the Arsenal game, because Moss is an Arsenal fan, ladies and gents. Be sure to check out his channel as well. Be back live again later. Rennes and Lille on his channel. NHL All-Star game as well. Next week, NBA All-Star weekend too. So expect there to be content for that one on my second channel, and also Pros Only Sports. Should do you guys 100%, Moss. 100%. So Super Nick asking about the FPL content. Well, if anybody is interested in FPL content, I believe I've gone down to 49 now. Marcus Rashford, I captained him and he's already got 20. Going up against Leeds next up as well. Mitoma got 8, which kind of saved me late on because Luke Shaw dropped points and all of them things there. So I don't mind. I thought I still had the timer going for some reason. Like what Super Nick, no problem, Moss. Like what Super Nick was saying. Please remember to like up the live, comment, share, and subscribe. Click the notification bell to be notified when I go live or when I put out United Twins episodes with myself and my twin bro Cappy. We will be reviewing this game after and also honoring the Munich air disaster. So look out for that one on Monday. I believe it will be coming out. So blessings to everybody. Blessings to everybody. Once again, the skills competition at NBA is awesome. Saying Moss, yeah, man. I'm looking forward to All-Star Weekend. Got Rising Stars, skills comp, 3-point shootout, dunk contest. It hasn't been so good in the last few years. So hoping it will be good and we have some good participants. Have they been revealed yet? I'm not too sure, but I guess we will find out in due time for our NBA fans. I'm looking at this picture and it's quite interesting. Before I go offline, let me go back to my desktop. Somebody asking a question here, because obviously Casemiro was sent off for having his hands around Will Hughes. But it appears also that Jordan Ayew, now the picture's blurry, but it seems like Jordan Ayew also had his hands around Fred's neck. So there's something to be there. There's something to be at there. And considering that Andre Mariner went to the monitor and had a look at it, you would expect there to be a better almost evaluation of the situation, but that didn't seem to be the case at the time. Now we're going to be missing Casemiro, rightfully for 3 games, of course, but potentially maybe Jordan Ayew should have been penalized as well. Let me know what you think in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Can't believe 23 with Glazers in charge, bro. Glazers out, exactly, Kendall. Glazers out in the chat from Kang, Super Nick Paxton as well. It's time for them to go, man. And hopefully sooner rather than later, we will have the good news. Where is that tweet? So it's from LJGLA_. So go check him out. Quite a popular account on that platform. Pure Casemiro close-ups and nothing on Ayew. Kiss my teeth saying super. Yeah, well, we kept on seeing the replay regarding Casemiro. And listen, I'm not disputing the fact that he was sent off. He definitely should have been sent off. Had his hand, no matter what. It was frustrating, but I guess let alone you can't put your hands around a player's neck. But we're seeing here, you know what I mean? And they saw it in slow-mo. So they was focusing on Casemiro, but maybe not. You know what I mean? On the 1 tier, nice one. Thank you, Moss. And like I said, be sure to check out Moss Across the Pond Sports Talk, doing all kinds of content over on YouTube. And of course, thank you to everybody for allowing this channel to reach 300 subscribers. We keep on pushing. I'm saying road to 1K in 2023. So we keep on going, we keep on grinding, we keep on putting out content, and hopefully you guys love it. And this is not just a channel for Manchester United fans. This is a channel for everybody. And like I said, second channel, 12 subscribers over there. We're starting to grow that one also with different types of content too. Being sure to follow the Twitch channel where we're doing gaming streams from time to time. I haven't been there for a minute, but I will be back hopefully next week. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support over the course of the stream. Big ups to everybody in the chat. More Super Nick, Paxton, Kang, Kendor, Manju is here, UZ Gaming as well. There's everybody inside who showed love during the stream. Hanno, Manchester Mania from the start as well, man. Big ups to them too. Hey, we grow together. Quality is always exactly that, Musk. Quality and growing in time. Grow quality and consistency each and every time, man. So hey, I'm having a look at this Casemiro red card once again because they're showing it on the replay where all the confrontation starts. I'm looking at Fred and Jordan Ayew now, and there was a bit of shirt tugging and all of that stuff there. The crazy thing is that it doesn't even look like Casemiro was really strangling with much like venom. He was just holding him back in the wrong area, holding him back in the wrong area, unfortunately. And yeah, Andre Mariner was having none of it. So it's how it goes. It's how it goes in this modern day footballing society in the Premier League. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the later game today and the games tomorrow. United Twins will be out on Monday. Same thing, ain't it? Yeah, exactly that, Moss. Exactly that. But yeah, United Twins will be out on Monday. Look out for that with myself and my twin bro Cappy reacting to the game, giving a question of the day, which is something that I hope is growing on you guys. We've been doing it for quite a few episodes now where we give our question of the day regarding the next upcoming fixture. You guys have to answer it before the end of the episode. So let's keep it going. Let's keep the good vibes. Super Nick saying on to the next stream, people. Look out for United Twins breakdown of the match and maybe a short or two. Indeed. And yes, have a blessed rest of your weekend. Enjoy the games. Enjoy whatever you'll be doing for the rest of this Saturday and Sunday ahead. And I'll see you lots after a wonderful victory. Manchester United, GDMU, Glazers out. I'll see you lots sinner. Hashtag QOTD. If you know, you know.